Alright guys, let's talk about Fuuto PI episode 11. Now, let's count your scenes. Before I start, there's going to be a trigger warning specifically for this episode because there is a slightly darker scene talking about someone forcing one of the female characters to do something. So when you see the screen going black, that means that I'm talking about that scene and you can skip over it if you feel uncomfortable hearing about that specific scene. But now let's talk about the episode. The episode starts with the continuation of the fight between the reactor dopant and Double and Axel. Philip understands that the only way to hurt the dopant is to use the heat trigger form, because its maximum drive has the strongest firepower of all of Double's forms. With the help of Axel's tag phone to aim and amplify their attack, shooting at the dopant's weakest points, the seams between his armor, it seems to be successful, but the reactor dopant sends an army of the raw dopants. He explains that the raw dopant army's job is to expand the city, but with the sacrifice of the raw dopant eating humans. The reactor dopant sent the army to fight off Axel and Double, but they are unsuccessful, so he commands them to create a portal to send Axel and Double away from Shadow Fuuto. The conversation between the Brachiosaurus dopant and Tomike leads to a point that the kid, that is the user of the Brachiosaurus dopant, asks from her to give him back the silver visa, the card that allows her to enter the city, but she puts it between of her you-know-what. But before she get up and tries to escape, he stops her like every high dopant can, and he takes the visa back. And then, such terrible thing to say, he requests from her to strip for him. She starts doing it without her control, trying to fight it off. But when the kid mentions the Kamen Riders, she snaps out of it and starts running away. In the end, actually finding the grandfather and starting to help his escape from Shadow Fuuto. In regular Fuuto, Shotaro decides to go to the workshop and look through their books. After a great talk with Akiko that telling him that miracles don't happen and he needs to go on his way to actually find both the grandfather and Tomike. When Shotaro asks the dad where his daughter is, he tells him that she's praying at a shrine that his dad also used to pray at. Shotaro arrives at the shrine and he starts talking to the daughter. He asks her if her grandfather always prayed for work. She tells him not at the specific shrine they were praying at, but another one in the back that was made for blacksmiths and craftsmen. The daughter tells Shotaro that her grandpa always offered up his prototype to the shrine. Shotaro understands that the prototype that the grandfather built for the reactor dopant's user is probably there. So both he and the daughter ask from a monk to open up the shrine for them to search for the prototype. Shotaro returns to the garage with the prototype in hand and he gives it to Philip to look it up. Philip comes with two solutions. First, the device wasn't made to use in Shadow Fuuto, but in regular Fuuto. Second, the reactor dopant would definitely use the device regularly, which would make the connection between the two city and entrance to Shadow Fuuto. And this is how our episode ends. Great episode overall, had a lot of strong points but a lot of low points. So let's start first of all with the bad. Bando and the Scream dopant not appearing at all close to the finale is a problem. We still don't know what the deal with the Scream dopant, not only including Bando. So not even knowing a little bit about them is a slight of a problem. It sounds like they're really planning out for season 2, then closing off if the show doesn't get a second season. But not only that, we now added the user of the Brachiosaurus dopant, and I am very confused about why we added him now when we have so many other characters that we barely even touched on. The entire scene of the kid forcing Tomike to strip was legitimately uncomfortable. The entire scene of the kid using his powers to make Tomike strip for him was slight of a problem for me. I kind of felt uncomfortable watching it, to be completely honest, but I'm not that regular into anime, so I don't know how much it happens from time to time. And again, Ryu taking a backseat is kind of getting annoying for me, at least for me, because I like Ryu. I don't know. That's all of the bad, but now let's talk about the good things. You can clearly see the development in Akiko. If you've watched the original season, you can clearly see the difference in Akiko's character, and her conversation with Philip and Shotaro were really great. And she's a great comedic relief. Not only being a really great character, she has legitimately fun parts in the show. The discovery that Shadow Fuuto inhabits all of the dopant that reach to the high dopant level is really cool, and it opens up to see more dopants that are not original for Fuuto PI but actually dopants from the show. And the idea of the road dopant being an army that expands the city is actually really cool, and something that I never even thought about that they would use. So yeah, we are one episode away from the finale. I am extremely excited, and I would hope that this season would end on a semi-good note if it would never get picked up again for a second season. I'm not really sure. I haven't heard anything about it. So yeah, let's hope it happens. I'm kind of interested of what I'm going to do when Fuuto PI is done. I can't really cover Dawn Brothers. I don't know, because Dawn Brothers is pretty much 30 episodes in, and we're going to have the new Sentai probably announced later. So we'll see what I'm going to do to replace Fuuto PI on my schedule. So yeah, thank you very much. I hope you have a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Have a great day.